Hello. I'm Laura Holloman. I'm a coach's coach. I work with coaches to make sure that they're getting paid because that can be really tricky. Today on the podcast, what we are going to talk about is doing new things. As a coach, you know, because you help your clients all the time to try new things, and that's really difficult, sometimes scary, and often there's a pretty steep learning curve when it comes to trying new things. I think about when I started my coaching business. I started my coaching business as a fitness coach 16 years ago. Now, I had been self employed before for about 10, 12 years before that with a few different businesses. So I understood a lot about running a business and marketing, sales, and those kind of things. I didn't understand as much at that point about running a gym. I was pretty new to gym life. I had only myself really started going to the gym about 2 years before that. And now suddenly I had this small personal training fitness studio of my own. I had a business coach that came in from the county. It was like a free county program that was offered. And she came in, we talked a little bit, talked about my goals, and she said, "Okay, I think I understand. Can I ask you some questions now? And can I provide really straightforward feedback?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Lay it on me straightforward because that's the only way I can understand it." She said, "Why is your gym weird?" mm, uh, what? She said, "Why is your gym so weird?" Now, we were in a storefront space in the downtown area. I had small children. A lot of my clients had small children. It was set up to do not like a gym space, but it was set up to be a personal training studio where I did small group classes, but we also had some room for some Zumba. Uh, and I set it up, my whole gym, in a way that was very, very practical for what we were trying to achieve. I had a little spot right as you walked in where we fenced off the kids. Bring your kids. I'll have mine here. They can play. Right as you walked in the door. She was like, "Why? Why? Why? Could we put that in the back? Could we tuck it away? You don't even have like a reception area. Nobody knows where to go." Okay. Okay. Didn't think about it that way. She goes, "Where's your spray bottles and rags for everybody to clean their equipment?" And I said, "No, that's not really what, we're not like this big sweaty bro gym. Like, we clean the equipment on a regular basis." She goes, "Cool. If I don't see the spray and the rags out, I don't think you do. I believe your gym is dirty because I cannot see your cleaning equipment because that's how the bro gyms are set up." Astounding to me. And I was like, "So if I put a shelf here with some spray and a rag on it, you think my gym is cleaner?" "Yeah," she goes. "Fascinating." You see, I didn't know what I didn't know. I set it up because it's what felt right for me. Second story about my gym, just a tiny little story, which is so cute. And the reason we need coaches to be able to help us with these things, right? I had an older woman who came into my gym, and we were a gym for all sizes, all fitness ranges, and we all worked out together on with this workout. But I would personalize it. She started one of the weeks that it was a very high jump week. Like, right, we didn't do a lot of plyo jump, 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 jump all the time, but that's what it was this week. And she was not so much in jumping shape. She just hadn't jumped in a long time. She was probably in her 60s at least. And she was like looking at everybody else, and they're doing star jumps and they're doing jump squats, and she's like, "I'm not sure I could do any of this." And I said, "No problem. No problem. We're going to personalize it." I said, "You come right over here to the wall. I want you to put your hand on the wall, right? You can even put two hands on the wall and just face the wall. And then I want you to bend your knees, and I just want you to Hop. I don't even think the first time I told her that she needed to bend her knees. I just said, I just want you to give a little hop. And she thought about it, took a deep breath, and her feet went one, two, right? Like boom, boom. And she looked at me and said, did I do it? Close. Because the reality was one or the other of her feet were on the ground at the same time. She didn't know how to hop. Why? She just hadn't done it in a long time. She probably hadn't done it since she was in her 20s. It's a good 40 years ago since she's been hopping around. I will tell you, that woman, we practiced some hops, and she, although assisted, got all the way into doing burpees. If you know what those are, if you know, you know. We need to be taught how, and we need to be taught what's weird. And we need to maintain our own identity in business and do it our way, right? My gym never got to look like one of those other bro gyms because that wasn't my identity. We always had a place for the kids, always. A little kid corral, because that was part of our deal. But did I put some spray and some rags out? Yep. Did I kind of redo my window decor? Sure. When it comes to your business, when it comes to coaching, let's talk about your coaching. You've been doing your kind of coaching for what? Decades, years, right? When I talk to coaches, they're like, I've been coaching forever. You're pretty comfortable, and maybe you've learned some techniques, and maybe you've learned some tools, and maybe you have some different ways that you coach, but we've been coaching for most of our lives. That is kind of the common thread of coaches. But now you're running a business. You're not just coaching in your corporation or with your friends and family or in a community space. You're running a business. You're trying to make enough money to take care of at least the expenses and hopefully some profit on top. You're trying to support yourself with your coaching. You're trying to not take any more money out of the family and husband's bank account to pay for this coaching business that feels a bit more like a hobby because you keep losing money. And that starts to feel real discouraging. It felt like when my business coach said, your gym looks weird. Or when I had to break the news to my client, no, you didn't hop. It feels bad when we're not making a success, when we know we're great at coaching and we're doing the networking, we're doing the social media, and we're doing the this, and we're funnel, and we're coursing, and and visibility, and all the buzzwords, but still not working. Why? Because you're not running your business your way. Much of the business advice out there is given by business coaches who have been in corporate spaces for a really long time. And they're trying to teach you how to become little tiny corporations. Look around. You see any workmates? You see any HR handbook? Nah. You're a small business owner. You're a solopreneur. You're not even a small business owner. You're a solopreneur. You're self-employed. That's a real different mindset, my friend. I've been self-employed for decades of my life. I get how to be self-employed, and I really prefer it to running a small business. I'm not great with the managing. I'm great at self-employment. Do you know how to be self-employed? And sift through all the advice. Here's the advice that sounds like small business ownership, right? That sounds like the corporate guys who are trying to make us into, like, scale. Well, you can't do that if it doesn't have any scalability. So you want to offer this high ticket coaching item, but what are you offering for cheap for the people who can't afford the high ticket item? You have to offer something else. Go back to the drawing board. Go spend a whole bunch more time making a course that you can sell for $100 maybe, and not the higher ticket coaching that you actually want to do. Why? Well, you need to be visible. Probably podcasting, speaking, or hiring a social media manager. Why? Why? Also, if you can't create a steady stream of clients into your business by just talking to people in the right rooms of networking, and I hear some of you saying, Laura, I don't know what the right rooms are. I get that. But if you haven't created a hook and a sales conversation that sells people into your coaching, what good is the visibility? A whole bunch more people will tell you no. Woohoo! But see, that's corporate selling. Corporate selling says it's a numbers game. You have to get to 99 no's in order to get the one yes. I don't want to have 99 conversations and 99 disappointments and 99 things that feel like failure before I get one coaching client. Do you? No. But that's corporate mentality, not small business owner, not self employed business owner mentality. Most of the marketing advice that's out there is made to market corporations, insurance companies, mortgage companies, or products, soda, toothpaste. And it doesn't help you learn how to market your version of coaching. I have found that a lot of the coaches that are struggling don't even know what their version of coaching really is. They know what tools they have, but how do you use those tools differently than other people? How do you explain to somebody who's not in coaching, has no idea what coaching is, somebody like my mom, who would have benefited from coaching for years, but doesn't understand personal growth, doesn't understand what the words like transformation, abundance, manifestation, emotion code, IFS, tapping. She doesn't understand any of that. She actually told me the other day, she's like, I saw this thing where you crisscross your arms and you tap on your shoulders and you're like, I am calm. I am calm. I did it. I worried I was doing it wrong the whole time. It did not make me calm. It did, it did not make me calm. I was like, yeah, yeah, I get that, Mom. Good job trying. Good job trying. Let me know if you want some other ideas. How do you explain tapping and how to do tapping and how tapping will help to somebody like my mom who watched a video and crisscrossed her arms, tapped, and it didn't work, and now she's done? How do you do it? How do you sell her a coaching program? That's what you need to figure out as a self employed coach. Such a different mindset. So, lovingly, I tell you the same way that my business coach told me my gym is weird. Your coaching business might be weird right now. You might be saying weird things to people who don't understand what you're talking about, which is why you're not attracting them. Talking about tools instead of yourself, instead of your client. And it's just not working. How do you run a business your way? Saying the right things, getting into the right rooms where your clients exist. Maybe it's not even getting, when I say right rooms, that might not mean in person. Because if you're an endotype that doesn't like to be in rooms, that being in rooms makes you shut down and get really grumpy, maybe you shouldn't be getting in rooms. How do you build a business your way? This is my superpower. 26 years and the endotype formula I have under my belt. I understand how you and your psyche and you operate, and I have done all the things in the last 26 years. Built courses, done podcasts, written books, like social media, hired the people, fired the people, courses. I have done the things. And I assure you, we can figure out your business together. First step for you, take the Endotype quiz if you haven't already. It's 4 questions. It's going to help you understand what your coaching superpowers, your business superpowers are, so that you can just start thinking about how you can incorporate those into your what you do statement. For those of you that are ready for the next thing, the next step, we can work together, either one-on-one, or I have a small group program that is coming out soon to be able to build your business and help you change the weird stuff into great stuff, to help you do the new thing in a way that's authentically built for you, because it's built not only on your endotype, but on your personal story, your personal goals. It's built for you. Business doesn't have to feel hard. It doesn't have to be a struggle, and you can make money. It can be fun, it can be simple, and it can be profitable. But only if you do it your way. And if you learn how to go from being a newbie, a new business owner, self-employed person, into being an experienced. And you have some guidance, because you can't see the weird things just like I couldn't see the weird things. If this makes sense to you, if you're like, I am vibing with this message, maybe that's the only thing that's holding me back, I invite you into a conversation with me. I am offering my personalized masterclass in your coaching business starting July 15th. It's small group. I had somebody ask, how are you going to personalize it if it's small group? Oh, don't you worry about that, sweetie. I've been running personalized small group training for the last 6 years because it's based on endotype formula. Now, if you don't want to do small group and you just want one-on-one coaching, absolutely, totally down for that. I've been doing that for the last 6 years as well. And that's kind of what I've been primarily doing. This is the first time I'm offering this as a small group, specifically about your business and your marketing, and you're going to get a deep, deep insight. If you've taken the Endotype quiz and you're one of the many, many people who are like, oh my gosh, blew my mind, how can I learn all about my endotype? Hey, July 15th, we're starting. I'm going to tell you all about your endotype. This is going to be an extraordinary program. It's going to help you understand how to do business. It's going to help you understand your endotype. And it's going to move you through the uncomfortable newness of being a self-employed coach in a space and with tools. This is the first time I will be teaching my fear formulas, part of the endotype formula, to coaches to move them through those scary sales conversations, that scary networking process, that new factor. Let's have a conversation. You can go on my website, ravingcoaches.com, and hit schedule a conversation. Done. I'm also going to throw a link into the video, and I'll throw a link into the podcast. Done. Let's talk about whether this program is right for you. 6 people max. I already have several who are very, very interested. By the time that this podcast comes out, I can't guarantee I even have a spot open. But let's talk. So whether it's this one or it's the next group training, we'll get you your spot so that you can start running business your way. And because, I'm not going to lie to you, because this is a pilot program, I am offering it at a significant discount from my one-on-ones. Together, we're going to build something quite amazing. We're going to build your business. I'm so stoked. I hope to talk with you very, very soon. Go do something new. Go do something that's slightly uncomfortable, but that your business needs right now.